In this full video, you will learn the good and bad habits that impacted trader performance this past year. If you're wondering why you're not making as much as you think you should as a trader, perhaps it's because of your habits. Perhaps just adding one good habit can make all the difference for you as a trader. Maybe you didn't even know that one of your bad habits is exactly what's holding you back as a trader. Learn what's working and what's not working on our trading desk in terms of the good and the bad habits, and from our professional traders to help you grow your trading account. Hi, I'm Mike Bellafiore, Managing Partner of SME Capital. We're a proprietary trading firm located in Midtown Manhattan, and I'm also the author of the trading classic One Good Trade and the Playbook. Go ahead and click our subscribe button so you don't miss any of the trading videos that we're producing for you in the trading community. Well, in this video, you're going to learn how the good and bad habits impacted trader performance this past year. You're also going to learn how to improve your trading consistency, how to make more in your best positions, how trader psychology can start working for you, how to eliminate over trading. For those who want to learn how to improve on your trading, we hope this video helps you. Hey, so if you want to learn 3 real-world setups that our traders use, including the simple setup that we teach all of our new traders, and the setup that turned one of our traders into a 7-figure big money earner, check out the free webinar that we're currently running. Just go ahead and click the link that should be appearing now at the top right-hand corner of your screen. That's going to open up the free registration page in a new window. So don't worry, you're not going to lose it. What we're hearing from people who have gone and attended is that you're going to learn more in a couple of hours from this trading workshop than from years of online education. Bad trader habits in 2018. And again, this is stuff that we're seeing on our desk or from the really big 7-figure traders that I'm working with outside the desk. Convicted, overly convicted, bad habit in 2018. Overtrading, bad habit in 2018. Failure to adapt to market changes, bad habit in 2018. Really big challenge for traders across products with the increased volatility that we saw last year. How do you adapt when volatility goes from historically low and historically low for a long period of time to really periods where VIX was even above 20 for sustained periods of time? Totally different markets, totally different attacks for how you express your ideas in markets, and you have to adapt. Focus on P&L, bad habit in 2018. So specifically, let's talk about the danger of being overly convicted. So on our desk, we have guys who get really good. They become 7-figure traders over time. The particular trader who I'm going to talk about net of $4 million last year in trading profits. Net of $4 million net in trading profits in 1 year. That's not how much he's made in his entire career. That is what he did last year. And this trader is still getting better. His goals are much higher than net 4 million plus in yearly P&L. But, and as Seth mentioned, what is different about a P&L desk like ours, and what is clear when you walk the halls of SMB Capital, we're always trying to get better. Our best guys are always trying to get better. Where they're at's not good enough. And this particular trader is tremendous. I mean, that is tremendous performance to put up that type of P&L as an active intraday trader. Tremendous. Now, you're talking about one of the truly best active intraday traders on the street. But this particular trader gets overly convicted in ideas. Now, one of his strengths is his conviction in certain ideas. One of his strengths is lots of confidence that how he sees a particular setup is correct. So you don't want to take that away from the particular trader. You don't want to take away what somebody's doing really well and change it too much. But you do also want to help the trader understand when his strengths become his weaknesses. And this is really true of big traders. Now think about big traders. They're putting huge amounts of capital to risk at very definitive points in time. If you're an active, really large, multi-million-dollar plus intraday active trader, and you're putting your money to work at the wrong time, or you're entering a little bit too early, that timing can be the difference between losing a lot of money and being that really outstanding, outperforming, sustaining, elite, active trader. Just that timing. And it doesn't have to be by a lot. You can be a half a day off in your timing. And the results can go from getting crushed, taking a big rip, to really catching a huge profitable trade. And so this trader needs to work on how to keep his strengths but minimize his particular weaknesses. And so, one of the things that he's working on, because he recognized this needs to get better, is a solution, a very specific solution to how he's going to get better. We don't just sit around and say, oh, I want to have a little bit more willpower during the real time when I'm trading. Oh, I just want to be a little bit more disciplined in real time while I'm trading. Oh, I just want to eliminate the trades that aren't so good for me. Oh, I just want to save my firepower when I'm really right in a trade. As somebody who runs a proprietary trading firm in New York City, I have no fucking idea what that means. Okay, and neither should you. I have no idea what that means. Those types of statements are statements that are made by people who do not sustain as professional traders. In fact, they're made by people that never really become elite, active, short-term professional traders, or professional traders in anything for that matter. It's not specific enough. It's not specific enough. It is a type of language that is made by people who don't make it. It's not good enough. But what we do here, even for somebody who is at that elite level, and I'm sure everybody listening to this broadcast right now does not make the type of money that this trader makes. I am positive of it. Talk about a good risk-reward trade. I'll take that trade that none of you listening to this are at that level. I'm sure there's going to be one person. I'll hedge a little bit. Maybe there's one person, okay? And if you're that person, please reach out to me. I'd like to talk to you because you're remarkable. But what he does, and this comes from his yearly review. We're sitting in a room like this. He is surrounded by his team members, and he's laying out in full transparency the solution so that how he can make more than $4 million net this year. And for him, that means to rate his self-talk each day. So during the day, he talks to himself about the trades that he's in. Am I too early in the trade? Am I overly convicted in the trade? Is this showing me that my thesis is actually starting to work? Is the tape starting to confirm that the trade is about to happen? Is the chart setup confirming that my thesis is correct? Is the price action confirming that my thesis is correct? It's not just relying on your thesis. And so that's easy to do when you're a very successful trader over many years. You're used to being right. You're used to winning. You're used to being a champion trader. And so just sticking your neck out there thinking, I know best, is going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. So you need to talk to yourself during the day. You need to check yourself. Am I in a good trade? Is this one good trade? Is this setting up? Is this an A+ trade in my playbook? Am I getting out in front of this too early? Okay, and you create this self-talk into a habit. So we talked about at the beginning, effective best practices turned into habit, they compound, will drive your performance in 2019. This trader, if he wants to get better, even at the level that he's at, has to get that self-talk to become a habit if he's going to improve in 2019. Overtrading. We all do it. We all mutter under our breath. shouldn't have taken those trades, I trade too much. If only I could eliminate some of the lesser trades that I make. If only I could put more risk on for the trades that are my A-plus setups. And there are a lot of independent and retail traders out there who really have a lot of good in their trading. They don't make money, but they have a lot of good in their trading. What I mean by that is they do have trades where they do make money. If they were to tag and measure certain trades, those trades would have edge. But they mix them in with too many of the lesser trades. They mix them in with too many of the lesser trades too often, and that completely disrupts the results. It changes the results. It changes the type of trader that they are. And so this is something that they have to overcome. But you can't just sit around at a trading desk and say, I wish I didn't overtrade. This is the year that I'm going to will myself to overtrade. Willpower is completely overrated. There's a lot of science that has been written of late on this principle. Don't rely on willpower. It is going to disappoint you. I'm just going to trade with more discipline during the day. I'm just going to trade those setups that I really like the best. Again, sorry for my expletive deleted in the last passage. Same response. I don't know what that means. That's not actually how you get over this issue. What you need are solutions to overcome this bad habit. Build a playbook. It just so happens that the person you're listening to wrote his second book with the title, The Playbook. You might want to go actually read that and figure out how to build a playbook if you don't already. Check out our blog, type in the playbook, it'll show you how to do them. The playbook helps you build your trading business. It's all the setups you should be taking. It's an exercise that you do so that you're internalizing the trades that you should be making. It's a way of crafting your business to build from your strengths, to keep the P&L from your good trades and minimize the negative trades that come with your lesser trades. You sort out, here are the trades I should be taking and here are the variables for those trades. And when I see it, now I'm an executor and I'm an observer. Oh, that's a gap and go trade. I'm very good at gap and go trades. I should put some risk on because I've measured that I have edge in those trades and I've playbooked it and I know exactly what to do. Oh, that's an opening drive play. I like opening drive plays. I have edge when I trade them. Oh, that's a backside trade. Look at that. Here are all the variables that are lining up in this particular trade for a backside trade. Let me make that trade. Okay, as opposed to, and this is all too common, there's one trader who works at a big bank who I am coaching right now outside the firm who was disappointed in a recent trading opportunity that he felt like he missed. And we went through his work and I suggested, hey, was it that in real time that you missed the trade, that you wussed out on putting on enough risk, or was it that you didn't game plan prior to that what you wanted to do for this particular setup? If you were to have game planned in more detail, would you have done differently? And he would have, and that's a great best practice to turn to habit. But the idea is you're trading this playbook, you're an observer, you're an executor. Daily report card on overtrading. Again, if you don't know what the daily report card is, so one of the things that we do is we pick one goal, we work on it intensively, in detail, and we give ourselves a grade on the things that are important to us. And so if you want to get better at overtrading, create a daily report card where you're judging yourself on this new bad habit that you got to get rid of in your trading, overtrading. Self-talk, just like the trader before us. Talk to yourself during the day. Is this one good trade? Is this something that's outside my playbook? Is this something in my playbook? Accountability from a team member. So we trade in teams. We share with other team members what our strengths and weaknesses are, and they can chime in and say, hey, Mike, remember, you're supposed to be limiting your overtrading. That's a trade I know that you don't like so much. And then you talk back and forth. Okay, and so look, sometimes the trader's in a little bit of a bad mood and might tell you, hey, buzz off, mind your own business. But on good trades, on good teams that are coached well, you appreciate the fact that there's somebody else looking out for you to do better. Set max trades for the day, open, midday, close. So lots of elite traders that I work with have maximum amounts of trades that they're going to do in each session. They divide the trading day into 3 sessions. There's the open, the midday, and the close. And they even though they are really highly profitable traders, there's a max amount of trades that they can take for each session. That's a solution. Setting that max is a solution. And mindfulness training. So I've been saying this for the last 18 months. Mindfulness training is an essential best practice that people need to turn into habit. This is something we expose our traders to on our desk. Spend at least 10 minutes working on mindfulness training each day so that you are more open-minded during the trading day, so that you intake data at a more proficient level, so that you are more of an observer and you take trading less personally. So there's a really good app that we recommend people go to called Headspace to get started on this particular training. I think when I was young, nobody used to work out. It was rare for people to go to the gym or run. You were ahead of your time. Today, it's pretty much universal that you ought to work out regularly. In short order, doing mindfulness training is going to be as accepted as one of those things you should do every day for your health as exercise is today. So start now. You'll be ahead of the curve. Failure to adapt to market conditions. So markets change. Last year, we were challenged with a different market. Before that, we had this very regular period of historic low volatility. Certain strategies work well in certain regimes. I can tell you on our desk, one of the things that we do is we teach traders to gravitate towards stocks in play. And what that means is find the stocks that are most active, that are receiving the most attention. A good measure of that is RVOL. So go find things with elevated RVOL, elevated relative volume. That is showing you that on this particular day, there's much more volume being done in the stock than there is on normal days. Therefore, it's confirming that lots of people think your AM preparation, that this is going to be something really in play, is in fact in play. So we create a whole strategy towards trading these very particular stocks. We don't generally trade market stocks. We don't generally trade SPY or Q or IWM or volatility products like UVXY or VXX. We normally stick to stocks that have a news catalyst and are really in play. And we have a whole curriculum based on this. And it takes a lot of time to put together that curriculum. And then, lo and behold, and we put this together and shaped it for essentially 6 years of a marketplace that traded in a certain way. We want our guys to do well in the present environment. If we were to have our guys as equity traders going ahead and trading SPY and UVXY and VXX every day, they would certainly lose money. That would not be the way as a short-term active trader to best trade in a low volatility market. And then we shifted. The market shifted. And what do we do here? We completely changed what we taught. And we spent a tremendous amount of time teaching our guys how to trade marketplace, how to trade SPY, how to trade volatility products, how to trade Qs, how to trade IWM. And for long periods of time, we would trade just those products. We scrapped trading the stocks in play. It's almost like we took our training program and we put it aside and we said, we'll dust that off when volatility gets low or not. And for us, when volatility gets above 15, when VIX is above 15, we start to look at marketplace. When volatility is above 20, we stop looking and we start immersing ourselves in marketplace. That's all we trade. Because then the market overall becomes in play. Because then that volatility, that movement in markets is where we want to be. And so, adapting to markets. What's the time frame that's winning in the market you're trading? When VIX is elevated, we're trading market plays. What concerns the big money traders? If low floats are working in low volatility environments, but not when volatility rises, we'll adapt. Okay? If you're shorting VIX if you had been shorting VIX during that extended period of time, and now it's not working well, okay, you're gonna be challenged to either do less of what you were doing prior, pick your spots better, to when you're shorting volatility overall, or add some new things. But that's a very common thing that traders are challenged with. All right, focus on P&L. Bad habit that people gravitated towards in 2018. And so to me, P&L is an arbitrary number. We've had guys who used to make consistently $4,000 to $8,000 a month who wouldn't get out of bed for that kind of money. They would, if you told them you're only going to make $8,000 in a particular month, they literally wouldn't show up. They are interested in making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and if they can't, you're not interesting them. And so, but they used to make these small amounts of numbers, and we're ecstatic about that. And when you start, that would be terrific. If you made $4,000 or $5,000 a month when you started, that would just be awesome. But those numbers will go up if you keep working at it. I see, and what we see are traders who are focusing on the process to achieve their goals, having the most success. And I want to make this really important point. And so, one of the things that we do here is we challenge our guys to put together their yearly goals. And we say, make your own. We give them a template for how to attack their yearly goals. And I will challenge guys who I coach outside of the firm to do this as well. And something that I've been observing, which is just so striking to me, is that pretty much, and I didn't think this was going to be so drastic. I didn't think this was going to be so stark when we started to suggest for people to do this. But there's such a correlation, with a couple of exceptions, but I think this is true of a large majority of traders. There's such a correlation between the quality of work that people are willing to do in things like their yearly review and things like their monthly review. Our last guy to be a seven-figure trader, his yearly goals are 38 pages. He sends it in a PDF file. I don't know why he sends it in a PDF file. Maybe he doesn't want anybody else to see it. The level of detail in his work is not, I want to combat my overtrading. There is voluminous statistical record keeping of what he's done well and how he's going to do more of it and more of it bigger. There is tremendous thought and detail about strategies that he's going to add to improve his business. There are very clear solutions to how he's going to eliminate some of his weaknesses. And then, I'll sort of be in a room like this, and then you'll see the guy who's struggling and tells you he wants to do better, talks a good game, and then you look at his yearly goals, and it's one page of dribble. It's one page of well-intentioned platitudes about how this is going to be a great year for him. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I know almost on the spot, based on the comparison between the guy who's a seven-figure trader who sets goals to be a $2.5 million a year trader over the next 2 years, and the work that he's going to do that, and the guy who isn't making money and has been here such that he's getting to the point where he may not make it, and he's rolling out his goals. And we love these guys. We love all of them, and they are personally very nice people, but that's just not going to get done. And so we will say to people, hey, here's the work from one of the guys in the firm who made 7 figures and wants to make $2.5 million over the next couple of years. And let me share this with you. Here is his yearly goals. Compare them to your yearly goals, and I think they get the point. We don't need to yell and scream at them. I mean, this is the work of somebody who does really well. Here's your work. Compare. Here's the standard. Live up to it. And so, think about that. I was actually, there's a video that I did a while ago, which I was watching back today. We're brushing up a particular training program called The Winning Trader. And one of the first videos in it is called Win. And it's an impromptu video that we shot with one of the new classes where I think you can tell I'm a little disappointed with their effort, and I'm a little disappointed with the standards that they feel they need to live up to that are below the standards that I know they need to live up to. And so I sort of bring them in this room and I talk to them about win the day. Be the guy who wins doing the best AM meeting. Be the guy who wins doing the best playbook trade. Be the guy who wins keeping the best trading stats. Be the guy who wins in terms of talking to other guys about trading. Be the guy who wins in doing back testing. Be the guy who wins in building filters. Win the day. Win every segment of the day that relates to you improving as a trader. For you, win the race of effective best practices turned into habit that compound, that will drive your performance and improvement in 2019. Win that battle and win it every day. Our winning habits that worked well in 2018. Learning from peers and teams, learning from stats and reviews, identifying and sticking to your edges, collaborating with traders outside your network, pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, expressing your trades with multiple products. All right, team trading. So that's how we're organized here at SMB. Everybody's a part of a team. The team is run by a senior trader who is very profitable. That senior trader shares their trading edge with the junior guys. The junior guys bring ideas. They help build technology for the senior trader. They're talking to the senior trader in real time when the senior trader is available. You are an apprentice of a world-class trader working on their team and providing value. And so with team trading, you're learning new setups from that senior trader. All of you are accountable to each other because you got to sit in here once a month and go over your monthly goals and your solutions to how to get there, and everybody knows it. And so if your monthly goal is to cut it out with the over trading, and your teammate sees that you've written 100% too many tickets by 10 a.m., you're not living up to the accountability that you've asked others to hold you to. Improving your bandwidth. So look, you can look at markets and you can see as much as you can see. When other people are looking at markets and sharing that with you, you get to use your ears, you get to use their bandwidth, get to see what they're seeing, they're communicating that with you. Your few ideas can become many more ideas. And it just takes one extra good idea from anyone, from a junior guy who understands what you're looking for, from another senior guy who understands what you're looking for, to jump in and really crush a really big trade. So AMD was a recent example of something that one of our developing traders caught, called out, identified to other traders that gives these other senior traders the opportunity to make much more money. You're improving your bandwidth. You're melding different skills for greater results. So one guy might be really good at technology builds. Another guy might be really good with execution. Another guy might be really good scouring news services to find certain ideas. Another guy might be really good at game planning, really big ideas that are coming up. You're putting the team together so that you, as an individual trader, are gonna make more. You get a different view on a trade. I think the market should go down. We've gone up way too much since our recent lows on December 26th. Okay, it's crazy that we're up too much. Trader next to you, well, you know, the Fed has walked back its comments on its balance sheet, and that's given lots of people the impetus to put more risk on, and maybe we're going back to the markets that we had before the Fed made its comments that it was not interested in increasing its balance sheet. And so you talk it out. I think Krone is a short. These pot stocks are up way too much. It's 25% above the 20-day outer Bollinger Band. Well, this is a hot sector. It's growing in all the states. It had a breakout in which stocks like that look like that don't just crumble. Okay, talk it out. That makes you better. Help recognize that you're trading on tilt. So all of the traders, no matter how good they are, at moments, get on tilt. We're not just sitting around here as Buddhist monks because we do our mindfulness training, humming and meditating and saying things like, oh, isn't that terrific? I just lost $100,000 in that trade. What an interesting observation that the market is making about my thesis that the pot stocks are overbought in this case. I suppose I was wrong. Let me go get some hummus. That's not really the way it works, okay? So everybody gets on tilt. It happens. And one of the things that a team can do, if you're sharing the times when you trade on tilt, we all have different things that set us off. So, one particular trader can get set off by one thing. If you're in a team, one of your teammates can notice that you're on tilt and say, hey, you okay? I do this a lot, by the way, with our bigger traders, is I'll G-chat to them and I'll say, how you feeling? Seeing the screen's okay? Water break? I couch that by the way with friendly question, water break. Friendly question, what do you think about this particular stock? Because they're on tilt, right? And they might swear at me. So yearly and monthly reviews, we talked about that we do in teams. And then we have daily report cards that our traders are doing. They share them with their teammates and team leader who give feedback. I want to talk about that daily report card. So we do these daily report cards. For those of you who don't know, we pick one goal. We work on it intensively for this one goal. We develop solutions to achieve this one goal. And we complete a report card at the end of each trading session on the progress for that one goal. I've said this in the past. What if, instead of people posting P&L on the Twitter sphere, that people posted just their report card and not just their P&L? And I've challenged the trading community to do this. If you go to Twitter, you actually will see a lot more people posting their daily report cards as opposed to just their P&L. But perhaps if you wanted to work on sizing or consistency or expanding your playbook or limiting your losses, the report card put up on Twitter could be this daily progress report that you're sharing with other people that can hold you accountable. If you don't have a team, if you don't trade at a prop firm like ours, if you started to do a daily report card and you started to share it, other people will comment. If you put it out there, other people are going to become virtual members of your team and they're going to give you feedback as to your work, and it's going to help you hold yourself accountable because you know that you got to put it out there. I don't want to overtrade. Okay? Oh, I overtraded today, and it's out there for everybody to see. And give yourself a grade for each of these each sessions on your particular goal. And so we've been talking about doing a daily report card in 2017. It was the MVP for our trading progress at our firm. We had a great year in 2017. We had a very good year in 2018. We hit our goals by September of 2018 that we set for ourselves at the end of 2017. So a lot of really good progress. One of the things that is even better than you doing a daily report card is a daily report card with collaboration. Collaboration from traders with edge on your daily report card. So if you can collaborate with another trader who has edge in a similar type of trading that you do, that's in the same types of stocks that you're trading, that's in the same type of products that you're trading, this is even better than you doing just a regular daily report card. For those of you who follow us, I recently went to Sydney, Australia, and I visited a couple of colleagues of mine. A couple of colleagues are Austin and Bryce. If you follow me on Twitter, you can find them, Bryce Edwards and Austin Mitchum. We've been working together. I've been coaching Austin on his trading. He's a very, very solid prop trader. He trades Australian equities. And he was inspired to be an Australian equities trader and influenced heavily by Bryce. Bryce read One Good Trade. He utilizes a lot of the principles of trading stocks in play for Australian equities. And so we've developed a friendship and we're colleagues. I certainly didn't know when I was writing One Good Trade that a bunch of future mates would be made with these guys. I certainly didn't anticipate that what I was writing about in One Good Trade, the principles of stocks in play, could be applied to Australian equities. When I was in Australia, I met with several traders who are trading the Indian markets, who are having a lot of success applying the principles of stocks in play to those markets. I have received letters from people who trade different markets all over the world who apply the principles of stocks in play successfully to their present markets. And I've just been surprised the impact that One Good Trade and how to attack markets has had across the world. I thought I was just writing a book about how to trade US equities better. And not only that, I see people who are futures traders reach out and get a lot of value from One Good Trade. And I see FX traders get a tremendous amount of value from One Good Trade. And so it's been really surprising and really satisfying. And so Austin and Bryce and I collaborate. But when I first started working with Austin, I knew who Bryce Edwards was, but I didn't know that they were that close in terms of trading style and communicating. I didn't know they were that close in terms of how they were attacking markets, and I didn't know that Austin was so influenced by Bryce and how Bryce looks at markets. And so Bryce is this independent retail trader who's very successful and one of the best known Australian equities traders, and is a great sharer. We did an event. I'll show you a picture of this. We did an event, and you can just see how many people come up to Bryce who are grateful for him sharing and who know him, and he's sort of one of the guys you know about if you're an Australian equities trader. And so I started to work with Austin, and I kept hearing about Bryce, and Austin kept doing this daily report card, and it became pretty clear to me that what I could suggest to really help Austin would be to get Bryce involved in collaborating on this daily report card. That I could get Bryce to comment on the very specific trading that Austin was doing in the stocks that Bryce was also trading on an intraday basis and get Bryce to give Austin his feel and his feedback on what he was seeing in these same similar setups and same stocks that Austin was trading. And to me, that was something that I couldn't offer to Austin. And that was something to me that we needed to get Bryce to be able to offer to Austin. So I could do a good job on the mentoring about how to attack his trading better. And I certainly, there are certain similarities between how Australian equity stocks trades and what we do here, but it's not totally similar. There are differences. And so we needed that very specific edge from an Australian equities trader to be added to our coaching and mentoring to get the best results. So that's why I say it's even better if you can get a daily report card with collaboration. Collaborating with another trader who's trading what you are. And so this is a picture of all of us. I'm the very handsome one. And this is us at an event that we did with Chat with Traders live in Sydney, Australia. The room was packed. In fact, the first venue sold out in under 12 hours, such that Aaron from Chat with Traders decided to book a much larger venue, and we sold that venue out as well. It was really hot. You can't see me actually sweating here. I think I was starting to sweat a little bit here. It was jam-packed. There were people really thirsty and hungry for knowledge about what the three of us were doing, how Austin was trading, how Bryce was trading. Great event. I mean, really, really great event. And so that's the three of us. And as I said, one of the great things about trading is your colleagues become your friends. And this is a tremendous event that Bryce and Austin treated me to when I was there. So we flew from Sydney to Melbourne, and we went to the Australian Open, and they treated me to the semifinals in tennis for women and for men. Unbelievable to actually be inside the facility, unbelievable to go to this event, once in a lifetime opportunity. When you're building these teams and you're building these collaborations, you're also building really important friendships. And that makes trading just so not as important. And when it isn't as important, your results, it actually makes your trading a lot better. Had some time to visit with my good friend Mark Zagora, who runs Star Beta, which is a futures prop firm and also on the cutting edge of crypto trading, cryptocurrency trading in the prop trading space. Of all the people that have done great work in prop trading, I don't think anybody has been as cutting edge and done as good a job as Mark with the firm that he's built in Sydney, Australia. And I got a chance to do 2 sessions. I have a very big firm in Sydney, Australia. I got a chance to do 2 sessions with their traders. So they're too big to just do 1 session, so we had to do 2 sessions. And one of the things that we talked about with these traders was to do a daily report card. To do a daily report card with collaboration of like-minded traders so that these guys could make more money. They were having a lot of success. You can have even more success when you add these best practices that turn into habit, that compound to drive your performance. Really, really enjoyed it. One of the great things about going to Sydney and working in Sydney is that you can go to a bustling downtown business center, and then 20 minutes outside of this prosperous city where you can make a really great living wage, you can live on a beach. You can wake up and go surfing. You can wake up and go for an ocean swim. You can sit in the sun and have a quality of life that is really fantastic. Great tweet by Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio, for those of you who don't know, runs Bridgewater, one of the most successful hedge funds in U.S. hedge fund history. And he tweeted, 2 people who collaborate well will be about 3 times as effective as each of them operating independently, because each will see what the other might miss. Plus, they can leverage each other's strengths while holding each other accountable to higher standards. So, one of the most successful hedge funds in the history of US markets, run by one of the most successful hedge fund traders, and someone known for the culture and the strategy set up for better performance, is also advocating this collaborative process. All right, how to build positive habits. You gotta focus, you gotta repeat, you gotta have a sense of urgency. The role of changes in states of consciousness need to go into this as well. But the big takeaway is, if you want to turn something into a habit, it needs to go on your calendar. When are you going to do it? Where are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? If you want to turn something, if you want to turn a best practice into a habit, it needs to be on your calendar. You need to say on your calendar when you're going to do something, where you're going to do something, and how you're going to do something. If you put that on your calendar, you're much more likely to turn it into a habit. Effective best practices turned into habit will drive your improvement in 2019. There's a great book that a lot of us here just read by James Clear called Atomic Habits. I gifted and personally inscribed a message to lots of our best traders here at the firm. Copy of this book. We're all reading it or have read it. And it gives you a blueprint as to how to build positive habits. And one of those things is put it on your calendar, when, where, and how you're going to actually turn a best practice into a habit. We are all just an accounting of the good habits that we're employing on a daily basis. Eat a lot of bad food, you're going to gain weight. You get poor sleep, you're going to get sick. You exercise regularly, you're going to get fitter. You're not a bad person for not exercising regularly. You're not a bad person for not drinking enough water. You just have poor habits that you can change into good habits. And when you do, you're going to see the results. So we internalize what we do. If we are somebody who, one of the things that I changed this year was I hired a personal trainer to work me out. I'd been a competitive athlete in college, and I hadn't learned how to work out since college. For the last years, I thought I knew what I was doing. And I have a son now and a daughter, and my son's getting more interested in sports. And I want to be a dad who can teach his son how to work out appropriately in today's age. Because the way that I learned how to work out when I was in college, even as an athlete, is not the way people work out today. And so I'm not somebody who has tremendous discipline because I work out in a scheduled way each week. I have in my calendar that I go work out with my trainers on Mondays and Thursdays at a particular time. I know where I'm going to do it, when I'm going to do it, and how I'm going to do it. And I just go do it. And now I am not somebody who's disciplined. I'm somebody who enjoys working out with a personal trainer. I'm somebody who enjoys learning more about how to get healthier and fitter. It becomes a part of me. And that's what your good habits do. Effective best practices turned into habit that compound will drive your improvement in 2019. Effective best practices turned into habit that compound will drive your improvement in 2019. So I ask you, what are the best practices that you're willing to turn into habit, that you're going to allow to compound to drive your improvement in 2019? And are you going to put them on your calendar with a when, a where, and a how? Hey, so go ahead and click our subscribe button so you don't miss any of these videos that we're producing for you in the trading community. And please add your feedback in the comment section for what videos you'd like for us to produce next and what you found helpful from this video. From all of us at SMB, train and trade well.